think I'm on. Okay, just a channel update. My channel is the Amiga guy, even though I'm transgender, which isn't technically true, but that's okay. Whatever. So it's not. What's just happened is I've exploded. So it's not just Amiga anymore by itself. It is. It's now the Commodore PET, Commodore VIC-20, the Commodore 64, the 500, my 600, which hopefully I'm selling to get some money to buy a controller for my CD32. That's what I really want. I'm an idiot. I threw my controller away when I moved from one island to the other. You all know the story. Just been scammed out of a Commodore 64 sale on Facebook. It's up on eBay right now, so I've warned the group that the scammer has still got the same photo with the same floppy disks and same thing, but he's asking 1,200, I think it's pounds, 11.99 pounds, which is the cost of an A1200. Anyway, so yeah, my channel. So get organized. I'm all confused. So I'm still doing. Okay, so it's not me. Okay, so number one, it's not me anymore. It will be animations. It will be puppets. It will be toys. It'll be Mario. It'll be Luigi. It'll be Yoshi. It'll be Kermit the Frog. Doing episodes, okay, and nothing to do with Tecmo, because I've been wanting to do this for 25 years now, and I've finally figured out how to do it. Actually, that's not true. There was a psychological barrier stopping me from doing it, and I had to take on some Christian teachings that I was taught around the topic of Christians using puppets and demonic activities, such forth. So I've had to deal with that. I have to figure out where to put the microphone. Anyhow, stop babbling. So yeah, so the Amiga guy, even though I'm not a guy, and it's not technically, it's not Amiga anymore. It's more Commodore than Amiga. But anyway, so I've been rambling. Guess what's just arrived in the mail? There, hold it there. And before you, oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, before you go ape, it's just a cardboard replica. I don't know if it's the real size. If this is, it looks to me like a full size replica. So you've got a Sinclair sticker on the bottom. This is so amazing. It said warning. This is a model. It's not working. Blah blah blah. I've wanted one of these since 1980. Obviously, I was 10. Bloody hell! So this is going to be in the shots in my Zap 64 episodes, and you'll see changings of there'll be a DSS 8 Plus or a Mad Cat steering wheel for Windows, or some obscure Amiga video grabber or such forth, certain covered discs and that. Okay, so take a breath. So I'm switching from, I've sold all my PlayStation 3, all my PlayStation 2, some of my PlayStation 1. I'm keeping Crash. Okay, there's a limit. I'm keeping Crash and I'm keeping Spyro. I've sold my Xbox 360 games. I sold my Xbox One with all the games. I have made the decision not to go forward and join the world. My decision is to leave the world and go back to the 80s. And ever since I chose that, I've discovered so much just from watching. It started with watching 8-Bit Guy and 8-Bit Show and Tell. I just casually search for a magazine, the one that Show and Tell does on the Commodore 64, the user's manual. And I discovered archive.org has all the Zap magazines, all the Ahoy magazines, programming in BASIC for Commodore, for Amstrad, Acorn, BBC Micro, all of that, programming in assembly language for the Apple II, the Commodore 64, the VIC-20, the Spectrum ZX81. Yeah, I could paint that black. No, it's cardboard. You can't paint it, Dick. I'd love somebody to make me a replica ZX81. It looks so real. It just looks so real. I've only ever seen a ZX81, so I would have been 12, because we get things a year late here in New Zealand. So I saw one, but I didn't understand what it was at that age. Yeah, I did. Why did I say that? I don't know. I didn't know about programming until I went to high school, 1985. And I didn't connect. I don't know, for some stupid reason. I only thought, because we had Apple IIs at school, I thought Apple IIs were the only computers that you could program with. Yeah, so I have learnt so much in the last month about stuff that existed in my childhood that I never knew about. I saw a Commodore 64. My cousin had one. I wasn't allowed near it. I saw them loading games off cassette tapes, and so yeah. So I've never, yeah. I'm reliving the childhood that a person who was rather wealthy back in the day would have been. So I've bought a Commodore 64 microcomputer. I got scammed. I uploaded this on other channels. I got scammed at a Commodore 64 deal. I've lost $300. I'm buying a micro from our local game store right here in New Zealand, paying it off. I believe, because I'm not into the okay. Amiga guy, mostly Commodore, but also Sinclair and Amstrad, blah blah blah, but not the games. It's programming on the system. So the goal is still, the end goal, which may be 2 years away now, because I've got so much crap to learn, is to write a hardcore hardware Amiga demo, the way that the real demo makers, the crackers, did it. So I want to learn everything there is to know about that, because it's just one of those things. When I used to play the games, and you know, you chuck in Lotus Esprit and be like cracked by Psycho or whatever, Angelfish. You know, how's that done? And how's it a 5K file or whatever the hell size it is? I mean, how's it done? What is it? I want to know these things now. I don't want to just lie in bed playing Skyrim. Oh, I just blasphemed. I'm on my 6th playthrough on Skyrim. I really haven't played a game since all this happened. I haven't played bloomin' okay, I sold Animal Crossing because it was taking too much of my time. I apologize. I haven't played Link's Awakening. I got about halfway through the game before this all came along, and I haven't touched my Switch in a month. I mean, wow, this is just all weird stuff going on. So you won't see me in the future videos. You'll see the puppets, you'll see Smurfs, you'll see He-Man, Ben Solo. I always get his name wrong. Is that Kyle? Kyle Ren? I got a full-size... Oh, I always get their names wrong. Anyway, I got the smaller sized genuine Lando Calrissian, the fake Chewbacca and the fake Han Solo from a $2 knockoff shop. Again, I gave away my childhood Star Wars figures, which would be worth hundreds of dollars these days. Anyway, enough rambling. I seem to be rambling in all my videos these days. So, the second thing that came in the box, which is probably why I bought the fake one, just so I could get this book. A course in basic programming for the ZX81. So, okay, I have signed up with Udemy to learn 6507 coding because we'll blame it on, no, I get his name wrong, Nolan Bushnell. I got his name wrong last night. Nolan Bushnell was a cheap ass and he wanted 3 less address buses and no IRQ, and there was something else that's missing too. So I've signed up for a Udemy course to learn how to program specifically the my mind's blank. The the Atari 2600. Sheepers, I've got Sinclair on the brain. My brain is all messed. What has happened is I've taken on so many new projects all at once. My mind is just in bits and pieces, and I've had to, what I did was I literally I moved the whole folder of like 80 gig of files to a hard drive an external hard drive that I've put up on the shelf, and I've said you're focusing on Udemy, your course that you've signed up for, you paid $24 for it. Finish that first, then we'll get onto Zap64 Ahoy. Then we'll do this, and so it's not so it's an Amiga channel, but it's doing everything else except Amiga for now. The goal for the next 2 years is for me to not be in the videos, for that to be puppets and animations and fill in the blanks, clip art, and my contribution will be, and I can't say trackers, I really am not headed in the direction of trackers. I'm using Bandit in the Box for Windows 7. What? Windows XP. I'm using Super Jam and, I'm sorry, my brain's gone dead. Blue Ribbon, Bars and Pipes. So my method of creating music is not trackers at all. It's Super Jam, Bars and Pipes, and Bandit in a Box on Windows. I've got Windows. I bought the 3.1 version, and I recently bought a Windows 95 version on Amazon. So that's the music software. I'm going to create songs by making the dumb tunes in Super Jam or Bandit in a Box, and then overlaying it with real guitar, real bass, tutoring around with the drums and Reason, and adding lyrics and vocals. So, like the song about the Sinclair ZX80, they're going to be ridiculous songs, just absolutely stupid, but it's going to be cool. So I'm going to get into writing music. Again, I've come out of a cult where music was very small, limited. You could only use this, and this. You couldn't use anything else. Most of this is psychological battles, breaking out from the stuff that I've been taught, and this is all about breaking the mold or breaking the rules. That's why I call it breaking the law. When I sing breaking the law is Christians shouldn't use crayons, or Christians shouldn't use puppets. All these, I know it's bizarre, but it's what happened. It's my reality, and I hate it, and I've got to get rid of it. So I've made episodes on other channels called The Fear of Crayons, The Fear of Puppets, and blah 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 blah. So, yep, Zap64 will be a lot of smurfing around, Thanks for listening to my babbling. Bye.